Okay, so today we are going to see about this quantum computing, optical computing, nano computing. These all computings are the non-conventional computing. Means these are still under research, right? See, still they are not in. Not, we people are not going to be using, right? Still they are doing research on that, right? So here quantum computing, why we are using this quantum computing, why they are researching on this quantum computing means here it is same alternative to digital computer ma. So right, it is alternative to digital computing. So our computings they are going to be accepting zeros and ones, right? So whatever we are going to be interacting with the systems, okay, it is only understanding the language that is zeros and ones language, right? So here quantum computing, what it will be doing means it will be accepting like a superposition values also, okay? Other than zeros and ones, it will be taking anything which can be written in a cubic forms, right? Which will be written in a cubics, right? So mainly here, quantum computing, zeros and one, it will be a retrievable state. It will be retrieving the states, right? It will be retrieving the state and the next cubic, Q-U-B-I-C, right? Cubic. So this cubic, or we can say that superposition, okay? It can be, it can be anything, means anything can be written in that place, right? Here in digital computers or normal computers, here we are going to be writing zeros and ones only. But here in these positions, we can write anything, okay? We can store anything in that, okay? Like in that way, they are going to be doing researches, right? So this quantum computing still it is in under research, right? So wherever the normal computers we are using, it will be understanding only zeros and ones, okay? Zeros and ones means it will be retrieving, okay? It will be retrieving, and superposition or cubic, it will what it will be doing, here we can write anything in that, right? Anything we can write in that positions, right? So this quantum computing just it is making one more extra, no, means here in that position we can write anything, no? Anything we can write or anything we can store, right? So here quantum computing mainly how they has developed means what was the drawbacks for that, okay? How it was working, right? So mainly whenever the manufacturers of these computing systems, okay, they are saying that it is having a limit of cramming more and more transistors, okay? Its capacity will be less, okay? Its capacity will be less, and here it was constructed with the more and more transistors, okay, into a smaller space of integrated circuits, right? So here they are going to be constructing with all transistors, small transistors. With the help of that they are going to be making these all computing. So with the help of these things, it will be doubling the processing power, it will be doubling the processing power for every 18 months, right? So in this way it will become a costly also, right? In this way it will be become a costly also, right? So here we are going to be replacing transistors with integrated circuits, okay, like ICs, okay? So we have to double this for every 18 months, for every 18 months, right? So this will be a problem in this, okay? To overcome these all things here, come quantum computing based solution, okay, it is going to be depending upon the quantum information, and it will be ruling the govern and subatomic world, right? So how this quantum computing will be working means it will be a millions time faster, okay, millions time faster than the supercomputers, right? Millions time faster than the supercomputers, right? And it will be working differently, okay, it will be working differently on the fundamentals, okay, on the fundamental level of the current technologies, right? And they are working prototypes, everything will be different. Still it has not been proved, ma. Okay, it has been not proved, right? So today they are going to be using like a silicon based machines. Okay, still they have not proved, and they are doing research on this. That's why we are saying this quantum computing is in under research still, right? So what is the meaning of this quantum computing? Means how it has been came, means it has been came from the quantum physics, ma. Okay, where you people have studied in inter, okay, 10th, okay, quantum physics. From that here it has been came. So here, whenever we are storing or we are writing any programs in our system, here our system can understand only one and only one language, that is binary language, right? It is accepting zeros and ones, right? So in this, what they are doing means here they are adding a cubic, okay? They are putting some superposition values. This third position, here we can write anything, okay? We can write anything here, okay? With the help of this we can retrieve, we can read, we can write anything with the help of this, okay? But zeros and ones we are using for only retrieving, okay? Retrieving and giving the information, for that only we are using, right? So we'll see the advantages and disadvantages of quantum computing, right? So the main advantage of this quantum computing is it it runs very fast, ma, compared to the classical computer, right? In classical computer only it has a binary language, ma. Only it is accepting zeros and ones only for retrieving, right? But the extra thing in this quantum computing, another position they have added, that is cubic, ma. Okay, with the help of this cubic, here we are saying it is a conventional superposition state. Here we can write anything and it will be performing all the exponential and speed up and giving the result. Okay, whatever the number of calculations are going to be done, okay, with the help of this cubic, right? And the third advantage means here, whenever we are using this classical computers, in that classical algorithms, it is going to be performing some calculations, that will be easily understandable to the system, okay, which is similar to the classical computers. It will be in zeros and one format only, right? So the computers can easily understand, right? So the extra thing only they are adding the cubic position. In that they are means in that we can store anything, we can write anything, okay? So that within means faster results will be provided to the users, right? So the main disadvantage means still it is not available, right? Still it is not available. They are doing research on that, right? So that is the main disadvantages, and no positive progress are there, okay? Still they are identifying the solutions and finding the problems of that, okay, how to store and how to retrieve all the data, right? So quantum computing means here, first of all, quantum computings are millions times faster than the powerful supercomputers, ma. Okay, powerful supercomputers, okay, they are mostly working differently. They are working with the fundamental computers, right? They are means here they are going to be replacing all the transistors, okay, with ICs, right? So it will be also problematic if we are using this ICs, means how many ICs we have to keep in our device or in our systems, okay? For every 18 months again it have to be double, okay? This will becoming a problematic, right? So still they are doing the research on this quantum computing, right? So this is about quantum computing. Next we are going to see about this optical computing. Clear, ma? Quantum computing. Any doubts you can ask. These are all the small topics, right? They are come under non-conventional computing, ma. If you are having any doubts, you can ask. Otherwise, I will continue with the optical computing. Okay, fine, ma. Okay, so next, optical computing, ma. What is this optical computing? Optical computing can be called as photonic computers also, ma. Remember this word in objectives or in examination, they will ask indirectly. Okay, explain briefly about this non-conventional computing means you have to explain these all things. What optical computing, quantum computing, nano computing. Okay, these all are in under research. Okay, that's why we are saying it has a non-conventional computing. Directly or indirectly they will be asking the question, so be prepared. Okay, or otherwise if they want to ask about this optical computing means they will be giving the question like explain briefly or in detail or write a short notes on photonic computer. Okay, photonic computer is also known as optical computers also, ma, right? So what is this optical computer, ma? First of all, optical computing is also a system. Okay, it is a device that uses the photons. Okay, that uses a photons in visible light or infrared beams. Okay, rather than the electric current to perform digital computations, they are going to be using this all infrared or visible light beams, right? So they are performing some calculations with that. And here this optical computer, it is also being a much faster than the electronic one. Okay, how this electricity is going to be passing the current or light. Okay, its speed will be at 10%. Okay, and electric current flows at only a 10% of speed of light, right? So here in this optical computing, more than 10 times, okay, more than 10 times they can perform the operations in that. Okay, compared to this electronic computers, right? So here this optical computers, it is going to be besides being the faster than an electronic one. Okay, and they are very smaller. Okay, and they are very smaller. Have you people observed that lights, ma? Laser lights, right? How much long distance it will be passing it rays, right? Whenever we are using pointer lasers, right, we can point to some extent, right? It will be taking a larger distance and the trays are going to be passing there over, right? So like that means much faster, and it will be a smaller, it will be a very smaller, and compared to this electric current flows, okay, more than that 10% of speed. Okay, more than that much faster will be this optical computing, right? So here whenever this electric speed means, here there will be a some limit. Okay, there will be the limit, the rate at which the data can be extend over a long distances. Okay, there will be a some limit, and that light rays or the beams are passing to the long distances. Okay, so it will be a one of the factor, okay, that lead to the evaluation of optical fibers. Okay, so they are going to be evaluating with the optical fibers, right? So we are having some advantages and disadvantages in this, right? So advantages of visible or infrared networks means, here we are using some devices, component scales, computers. Okay, they are might be developed. Okay, they are might be developed or that can be perform operations 10 or more time faster than a conventional electronic computers, ma. Okay, that's why this is one of the advantages, right? Higher performance will be there. Okay, less consumption, less heat is released. Okay, less noise, more flexibility in the layout, and reduce the loss in communications. These all will be the advantages for the optical computing, right? So means here there will be a less noise, and power will be also very less consumption of that. Okay, heat releasing whenever we are using for the long time, heat also it will release very less amount of heat will be releasing, and it will be a more flexible, right? So that we are using our laser lights, okay, right, like that. So but the disadvantages, what are the disadvantages for this means, here expensive components we are going to be use, right? We are going to be using expensive components. And the second disadvantages, components are not in the right size ma. Okay, some are in different size, some are in different size. Okay, like that, different sizes will be there. Okay, manufacturing problems will be there. For example, if I am using one of the watch ma, okay, for that watch cell is different. Okay, cell and ICs, whatever the components inside that are totally different ma, right? So I'm searching for same component to replace again, and I want to reuse again. So if manufacture has been closed, okay, they are not developing such things, means it will become a problematic to us, right? So like that, manufacturing problems will be there. And incompatibility means here we can't expand to that how much, and whatever they have kept for that much only we have to utilize, right? So this all will come the disadvantages for this optical computing, right? So optical computing, it is nothing but a photonic computer ma. Just instead of electric current, how much it will be passing, 10% speed it is passing, right? So coming to this optical computing, more than 10% speed it will be providing, right? So there are some advantages and disadvantages based on that. Still, they are doing the researches and they are going to be using, and we are utilizing this, right? So optical computing will be in this way. So any doubt in this optical computing? It will be coming under the non-conventional. Okay. So quantum computing and optical computing, these all are still under research. And nano computing, right? They are doing the research and they are replacing with the transistors, IC, silicon based tubes. They are identifying the problems, and they are checking all the things, right? So this is about that. So next, the last topic is nano computing. Have you heard this nano computing, ma? I think many of people know nano computers, nano computing, how it will be there. Everyone are using, everyone are using, like how it's working. Yes, nano computers. First of all, nano computing. What is the meaning of this nano computing? Yes, mobiles, right? How much weight it will be reducing, okay? How much weight it will be reducing, how much thin, okay? How heavy computers we are using in previous days. Now, how much means how they are decreasing the weight, okay? Means it all laptops, mobiles are coming very slim, okay? They are in slim and they are thin, okay, weightless, okay? So that easily we can carry to anywhere, any place, okay? And we can get all that devices of that computers, and they are providing faster processings in that, okay? So nano computers like that, right? So nano computing mainly it will be describes the computing that uses extremely small or nanoscale devices. Small or nanoscale devices, they are mainly using that, right? So here the state of art, that is electronic devices, could be a small, right? Has about 100 nanometers electronic device, right? Which is about same size as a virus, right? The same as virus size only, right? So nano computer is logically named for a computers, okay? Mainly what it has been naming, that is smaller than a microcomputers, right? Smaller than a microcomputers, and fundamental parts are not bigger than a few nanometers. Whatever the parts are inside that, whatever they are keeping the things in that, okay, they are in nanometers, okay, they are very small, right? So mainly here the silicon transistors in traditional computers may be replaced, right? Normally in traditional computers, all the silicon transistors can be replaced by transistors based on the carbon nanotubes. So whatever the previous traditional computers are there, okay, mainly that has been developed with some silicon transistors. Now they are going to be replacing with this all carbon nanotubes. Okay, carbon nanotubes. So all smaller so that operations can perform easily. It will be easy to carry. Okay. So here it will be providing all the successful realizations of nano computers, right? So they are going to be relating to the scale, and they are going to be integrating, okay, integrating these all things with the nanotubes of the components, okay, nanotubes of the components, smaller than the microcomputer components they are going to be using. So whenever we are integrating the components, okay, here we are getting like a two issues, ma. Whenever we are doing the integration of the components, right? So two issues will be raised. One is the manufacture of complex arbitrary patterns, okay, maybe economically infeasible, okay. Whatever the complex arbitrary patterns are there inside that, okay, infeasible, that will be a problematic to us, right? So nano computers next issue, what is that means? Nano computers may include massive quantities of the devices, right? Massive components of the devices they are going to be providing. So here we are having some advantages and disadvantages for this nano computing, right? So first of all, it will be giving a high computing performance, right? So low power consumption, as we are using our mobile laptops, just we are charging and easily we are taking to any place, okay, that much portability and flexibility will be provided, right? Lighters, it will be a lighter and small computer device, easy to carry, okay, weight will be less. Okay, day by day they are going to be decreasing the weights of the devices, and simultaneously they are increasing the cost also, right? So simultaneously they are increasing the cost, and it will be becoming a one of the disadvantage, right? Expensive. So it will be a providing a faster processing, right? Faster processing. So disadvantages. Whenever the components are becoming light, okay, easy to handle, easy to carry, it will be providing a flexibility, means obviously it will be a cost more, ma, as we are using like mobiles or laptops, tabs, okay, they are very expensive, but easily we can use and easily we can carry to any place, right? So difficult to the manufacturers also, right? It will be a difficult to manufacturers also. So once they have developed one version and released, means again next version is coming, right? Again they have to replace their parts and everything, right? They are making small and small, right? So that problems will be there for the manufacturers, right? So these all are the advantages and the disadvantages for the nano computing, right? So mainly this nano computing, here they are going to be using all the smaller microcomputers, right? They are using all the smaller microcomputer, and they are going to be replacing all silicon transistors with the carbon nanotubes, right? Carbon nanotubes. So this is about the nano computing. If you people are having any doubts, you can ask.